Dating sucks. I hate it. Found out there's like 3 different ways that you can be ghosted. 3 different ways. First one is like the standard ghosting. You just stop messaging someone. Boom, ghosted. The second one, I'm calling it ego ghosting. That's when you turn on your read receipts to let the other person know you read their message, and then you just ghost them. Yeah, I'm calling that ego ghosting because like you're letting them know that you're ghosting them, that you read the message. I think it's like just stroking their ego or something. I don't know. That's what I'm calling it. And then the third one, which is the most recent one that I found out, I actually have a term for it called soft ghosting. And that is when you like the last message that someone sent you, and then you don't respond. And I think that's the worst one. They're only doing that because they don't feel guilty not responding to you, because you still get that notification that they liked your message. So technically they did respond. I think that's the worst. But if you want to be petty about it, those people that like your message, the soft ghosting, ask them a question. They will most likely reply, because the only reason they're liking your message is because it makes them feel guilt-free. So ask them a question if you think you're getting soft ghosted. And then when they respond, like their message. And just leave it at that.
Dating in 2026 isn't exploding. It's fading, one ghost and half reply at a time, as people avoid real conversations and call it strategy.
I cannot be the only one who is at the point with Hinge where I'll go into the app, I will see people that have liked me, but it no longer registers that these are even like human beings that live in my city. Even if there's someone who I would be attracted to if they had approached me in real life, I am just simply incapable of getting excited or interested about a person from a dating app. I post a lot about like dating, being single, blah, blah, blah on TikTok, and I love reading the comments, because what I've learned is that dating apps did truly ruin dating. Ironically, of course. And low-key, so has like TikTok dating tips, you know? Women's algorithms are getting fed certain dating tips. You have to have this and whatever. Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Obviously, I'm not on the dude side, but I'm sure they're getting fed the same type of shit. We need a dating revolution. We really do.
We've swiped so long that people feel disposable, and the algorithm teaches performance over connection, so stepping back starts to look smarter than playing along.
With modern women, you never ever want to act like you are ever looking for anything serious beyond some casual fun inside of the bedroom. You show up, you do your thing, she's going to leave, okay, and when you see her, and when you don't, you don't. But I'm going to tell you this, with modern women today, you cannot pursue for anything serious. Majority of women will be comparing you to every other guy that they've ever slept with, and because of that, if you sense any form of attachment, if you sense any form of neediness, if you sense any form of wanting a relationship, and guess what? She was with 2 or 3 guys in the past who were okay with just keeping things casual and then not talking afterwards. You have to understand this. In her mind, those other guys are higher value than you, because while you want something serious with her and the other guys didn't, she instantly assumes that their attention was more valuable. So since their attention was more valuable, because they were okay with just keeping things casual, and here you are catching feelings. I know that this sounds harsh, but this is actually how it works in the real world. You have to be aware of this. Don't do anything besides take it when it comes, okay? What happens inside the bedroom is what happens. Afterwards, it's completely over. And you have to learn and understand how to desensitize your own attachment and your own emotions just to be okay with that, because that's what she's going to be looking for. And if you don't operate that way, she'll leave you anyways.
Connection turned into a marketplace where caring less is labeled power, and real investment is treated like a liability.
I think dating is too casual these days. Everybody cancels last minute, and it's starting to really wear on me. Like, I was supposed to have coffee with somebody this morning, and they messaged me an hour before we were supposed to get together and said that they slept poorly and weren't feeling well, and could we reschedule for later in the day. I'm busy later. I have plans. I am a schedule-oriented person. So no, we can cancel. And unfortunately, because that was your first impression, now with me, we're not ever going to meet up again. So I don't, like, tell me if I'm inflexible or if I'm the crazy one here, but if you agree to do something with somebody, you do it. And I'm not a monster. I understand. Sometimes you don't feel well. But there have been plenty of times I've set up a date with somebody and I'm excited that day. And then the day of the date rolls around and I'm like, man, I really do not feel like going. Like, I am not in the right headspace. I don't want to do this. You go anyway because you made a commitment. You don't have to stay long. You can tell that person, you can communicate, look, I'm not at my best today. But sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do because you made plans. And I feel like that concept is lost on a lot of people these days. Am I wrong? Let me know if I'm crazy.
Commitment became optional. Reliability became rare. And when effort drops, so does any chance of something real.
Modern day dating sucks, and I'm going to tell you exactly why, okay? You would not believe how many women reach out to me and say, oh, the modern day dating pool is awful. All of the men I'm dating are terrible. Where do I find the good men? Like, where are the good men at? I'm tired of dating shitty guys. Well, here's where the good men are, okay? The good men, you're not going to find them on the dating apps. You're not going to find them at the clubs and the bars. These are the guys who are staying at home. They're the ones going to the grocery store. They're the ones going to the gym. They're the ones with tight circles now who have probably removed themselves from the dating pool. And why have these good men removed themselves from the dating pool? Well, unfortunately, chances are it's because women, when you dated that shitty guy, you may have adopted some traumas. And then when you dated that good guy, you didn't know how to treat him right, how to respect him, how to deal with a good guy. And you pass those traumas along to this good guy. And this good guy may have gotten hurt. And what have the good men done? They've just removed themselves from the dating pool entirely. They've tightened their circles. They've figured out how to be comfortable with themselves. And they're not looking for anyone anymore. They're the ones who are at home on the weekends. They're the ones who are at the gym and just living their own quiet life. And that is why modern day dating has become so difficult, because the women are looking for the good men, but the good men have been hurt and removed themselves from the dating pool. And now you're stuck with the single men who are menaces, who are not looking to be good men because they know they can just keep running this cycle of treating women poorly and then moving on to the next woman and treating women poorly. And unfortunately, that is the debacle of the modern day dating sphere and why it's become so difficult.
The grounded men didn't complain. They just left the apps, focused on their lives, and let the chaos sort itself out.
We got the BS about this. If this app is going away, let me just have an honest conversation with you. I really want to hear your thoughts. Dating nowadays is an embarrassment. I quit the game of dating, not because I can't play it, but because the rules of it are so stupid that I refuse to play by them. You tell me that I have to follow this whole list of rules and that I can't have these expectations or I can't have these requirements because technically he's not my boyfriend and we're just dating, but not exclusively because we didn't have that conversation yet. Do we hear ourselves? Men used to build churches. They used to go to war over women. They used to build estates. Commitment used to mean something, and it wasn't like these 5 clauses that you have to discuss and communicate clearly, because if you don't, then that's on you for expecting something. Like, what? And you would think that with the advancement of technology, we would get smarter. But instead, it seems like we're becoming more and more tolerant to stupidity. And this isn't just to blame men. Women are doing this too. I'm watching. I'm seeing it. And sometimes I've been that woman. But we gotta have a little bit of a backbone. You're telling me I have to watch someone disrespect me in my face because we didn't have this whole conversation about X, Y, and Z, and so therefore I can't expect A, B, C from that. Like, And then I'm watching marriages. Watching women get disrespected or men get disrespected. All because of the illusion of choice. And let me tell you something about the illusion of choice. You actually don't have that many choices. So don't fool yourselves. There is nothing sexier than a person who has morals. And I just want to know why we've put up with this and why we've allowed this. Because in some degree, in some regard, we're consenting to this by allowing it to continue. And maybe I'm old school, maybe I'm old fashioned. But if this is what modernity looks like, I want no part in it. I don't. Where did the sanctity of commitment go? I feel sometimes when I talk to my friends about this, I sound like this archaic woman. But again, if this is what modernity looks like, I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. Where did the handwritten love letters go? Where did the spontaneous trips and the beautiful words and poetic professions of love? Where did that go? Because a DM and a text message, it feels like an insult. My ancestral line runs deep, okay? My spirit guides are loud. So until then, I quit. I'm not doing it.
Commitment is now full of loopholes and endless options. And it's not that we can't compete. It's that the game doesn't deserve respect. If the message hit, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.